Hello everybody, Refresh here, and today I have for you yet another Kaladesh sealed deck. So I'm going to open these 6 booster packs, we'll see what we have inside, then I'll move on to evaluating the cards and building the deck. Let's begin! Alright, we have Thriving Grubs, Inspired Charge, Aether Trade Winds, Mind Rot, Thriving Rhino, Consulate Skygate, Commencement of Festivities, Impeccable Timing, Fire Forger's Puzzle Knot, Curio Vendor, the Oval Chase Dragster, Ether Hub, Consulate Surveillance, a Territorial Gorger, and a Forest and a random card, an ad card. The least exciting cards to get. Now we have a Spireside Infiltrator, a Sky Swirl Harrier, a Dramatic Reversal, a Wayward Giant, an Attune with either Thriving Rats, a Dukara Peafowl, a Torch Gauntlet, the Foundry Screecher, a Fricata Pillar Bug, an Aetherborn Marauder, a Glintness Crane, a Restoration Gearsmith, and another Territorial Gorger. Wow. And a Forest and a Servo. Now we have a Reckless Fireweaver, an Inspired Charge, another Ether Trade Winds, a Lawless Broker, a Kujar Seed Sculptor, a Welding Sparks, a Larger Than Life, a Bastion Mastodon, a Revoke Privileges, a Renegade Tactics, a Chief of the Foundry, a Whirler Virtuoso, an Inventor's Apprentice, a Paradoxical Outcome, and a Mountain and a Construct. Alright, pack 4 gets us a Revolutionary Rebuff, a Spireside Infiltrator, a Tasseled Dromedary, an Aether Theorist, a Takedown, a Malfist Squad, a Pima Outrider, a Workshop Assistant, a Glint Sleeve Artisan, an Eager Construct, an Imperial Voyager, a Morbid Curiosity, a Janjit Sentry, a Sahili, wow, and a Swamp Thopter. Too bad Homegirl is banned in Constructed, or at least in Standard. We have a Built to Last in this pack, a Revolutionary Rebuff, another Spireside Infiltrator, a Tasseled Dromedary, an Ambitious Aetherborn Cow Prowler, a Torch Gauntlet, another Foundry Screecher, a Procata Pillar Bug, a Glint Sleeve Artisan, an Oval Chase Daredevil, a Cloud Blazer, a Starcher Engines, an Authority of the Consoles, and a Forest and a, I don't know, whatever that is. Good card. Finally, our last pack gets us a Terror of the Fairgrounds, and Thriving Ibex, a Wild Wanderer, a Mind Rot, a Self-Assembler, a Gear Seeker Serpent, Fire Forger's Puzzle Knot, Renegade Tactics, a Renegade Freighter, a Harnessed Lightning, a Morbid Curiosity, a Janjit Sentry, a Master Trinketeer, an Impeccable Timing, shiny, and a Forest and a Servo. Alright, let's take a look at the colors and see what's strong and what is not. So, in white we have shiny Impeccable Timing, which is good removal, Master Trinketeer, who is a bomb in himself, Thriving Ibex, which is just okay, 30 of the Consoles is not amazing in this particular deck. Glint Sleeve Artisan is just okay. Tasseled Dromedary is terrible. Built to Last is modest for a trick. Glint Sleeve Artisan okay is, again, not bad. Tasseled Dromedary, again, terrible. Revoke Privileges is great removal. Bastion Mastodon is meaty, but not amazing. Inspired Charge only works if you can go wide, so that is not especially good just yet. Sky Swirl Harrier is pretty good in my personal experience. Consulate Surveillance is not especially good because fogs aren't especially good in sealed. So we'll put that after Inspired Charge. Impeccable Timing is again removal. I like removal. And we have that. So white gets us 3 pieces of removal, Impeccable Timing, Revoke Privileges, and we get a couple ways of winning in Sky Swirl Harrier and Master Trinketeer, and some decent bodies otherwise. Nothing too amazing on the bottom, and the top is not great, but it's good. It's good. Blue gets us Genji's Sentry, which is actually not terrible in terms of its ability to make things a little complicated. Gear Seeker is possibly a way to win if you have enough artifacts. I don't know if this deck is going to be able to get there, but we'll see. The Revolutionary buff is just okay. Again, another Genji's Sentry. Aether Theorist is a good way to possibly get to the cards that you need. Paradoxical Outcome. It's not amazing. It does rescue your creatures and cards, and you do get to draw additional cards for this, but you'd have to have some way of putting them all down really fast. So I think it's more of a constructed card. Aether Trade Winds is not bad as far as tricks go, or ways of being able to replay your cards for more energy. So it's a maybe. Gluttonous Crane is also not amazing, but is a maybe. It gets to fly at least. The Ducard Peafowl is not bad as far as bodies go, because it can eventually become a flyer and start getting in there. So I think I would like it more than the Aether Theorist, probably more than the Gluttonous Crane. Dramatic Reversal is a possible combat trick. Yeah, I don't know what else it is but a possible combat trick, so I'm not going to look too positively at it. Curio Vendor is just a guy, not especially good. And we have another Aether Trade Winds. Okay. So blue doesn't look amazing. It doesn't have all that evasion that you normally expect with blue, and its tempo game is not especially impressive here either, aside from either Trade Winds, or either Trade Winds, I don't know how you pronounce it. But it does have some things going on, and also if you go blue, you get access to Warlord Virtuoso and Saheeli Rai, who... The Warlord Virtuoso is quite good. Saheeli's decent, and she does eventually get you to quite a decent, just by cloning. I don't think we were really interested in the last part, but just by cloning you can get some great value off of it. So you definitely cannot discount blue at this moment. Alright, let's take a look at black. We have Morbid Curiosity, which is not amazing. It is potential card draw though, so let's keep in mind Mind Rod is also just something to consider. It's a weak card advantage. Oval Chase Daredevil works pretty well with Morbid Curiosity actually, because you can sacrifice it, get draw 4, and then bring it back by playing an artifact. So it's not bad. Percata Pillar Bug is just okay. I would probably put it above Mind Rot and Morbid Curiosity. Foundry Screecher is pretty good. Ambitious Aetherborn is just okay, but a little better than Percata Pillar Bug. Morbid Curiosity again. Another Lawless Broker, which is not bad actually, because it lets you put a counter on a creature you control after it dies. So it's got some weird kind of value thing going on. And 3 power for 3 mana is fairly good. Aetherborn Marauder. I like Aetherborn Marauder as a lifelinking flyer to outrace the game. We got a lot of evasion. We got more Foundry Screechers. We have Thriving Rats, which isn't great, but it's not bad either. I'm not going to discount the Thriving Rats there. So let's go ahead and put that in front of the Percata Pillar Bugs as well, and then another Mind Rod. Okay, so black is weird. It doesn't have any removal, but it's got a couple Foundry Screechers and some flyers here that can get into first in damage and really turn the game around. And some other decent bodies. So it's got some creatures. Most of the bottom half of the deck isn't amazing. Alpha Squad, I missed that one. That's actually not bad either, because it's got evasion. So it's got evasion. It's got ways of getting through. And I wouldn't discount it, but it doesn't have any removal. So it doesn't have the allure that white does. But if you throw in Restoration Gearsmith, then you can return artifacts or creatures from graveyard to your hand, so that's kind of nice too. Let's see how red does. Harness Lightning is removal. You gotta like it. Renegade Tactics, not terribly good. Terror of the Fairgrounds, not terribly good. The Structure Engines is really dependent on the kind of deck that you're playing, and this pool is just not such that you like start your engines. Spireside Infiltrator is not bad. Inventor's Apprentice is just okay. We got more Renegade Tactics, which might be good if you're really going aggressive. So it's something to consider. Welding Sparks is more removal. I like removal. Reckless Fireweaver is not great unless you have a lot of artifacts. I don't know that this deck will have a lot of artifacts, so I'm going to put this down by Inventor's Apprentice. Territorial Territorial Gorger really works if you have a lot of energy creation. And so you really do want to play it with a deck that can generate a lot of energy, because it can get big and it can sort of run away with the game, but otherwise it's terrible. So I'm going to put that alongside the Spireside Infiltrators, see if I have the energy to make it work. Wayward Giant is a way of finishing a game. It's not a great way of finishing the game, but it is a way of finishing the game. More Territorial Gorger, because we have 2 of them, and Thriving Grubs is actually not bad to be able to grow to a 3/2 pretty quickly. So I like Thriving Grubs. Maybe more than Spireside Infiltrator. So red has a little bit of removal. It's got some decent bodies. It has a potential good synergy choice with Territorial Gorger depending on what you're doing, and lots of good drivers for vehicles if I have the vehicles to drive. And then, you know, the end of it is not especially impressive. Alright, now looking at green. Green's got, red also has Fire Forger Puzzle Mods, which is not great, but I guess it is a way of removing things. More removal? That's also a artifact? I don't know. It's kind of expensive, kind of slow. We have the Wild Wanderer, which is a ramp. It's not bad, it's not amazing. Cow Prowler, it's just a body, a big body. Peamount Rider I like. Takedown is situational. Larger than life is not a bad way of getting some damage. Seed Sculptor is a pretty good 2-drop. It definitely exceeds its cost. Let's see. Attune with Ether is not bad. It's also kind of fixing. An energy choice. Commencement Festivities, not very good. Thriving Rhino is pretty good. But green is really skinny on cards in general. So I don't think I'm going to play green. Even with the Imperial Voyager, which is nice, but it's not enough to want to play these colors. So Imperial Voyager out, green is out. Cloud Blazer is quite good if I do decide to go blue-white. I don't think that blue is quite good enough to play on its own. It might be splashable for the Whirler Virtuoso, the Sahili Rai, and so maybe red-white with a splash of blue for Cloud Blazer, Whirler Virtuoso, and Sahili Rai might be a possibility. We can also go white-black with Restoration Gearsmith and sort of take advantage of this going on. But let's take a look at artifacts to see where the balance might be tipped here. So Renegade Freighter is a pretty good artifact. I like it. Self-Assembler is only good if you have multiples. Torch Gauntlet's not amazing. Eager Construct is just a 2-drop if I need to get there. Workshop Assistant, I don't really like that much. Chief of the Foundry is pretty good if you have a lot of artifacts. This does not look like a deck that can really generate a whole lot of artifacts, so I'm not going to look too highly at Chief of the Foundry. Again, Torch Gauntlet is just a maybe. Oval Chase Dragster is kind of a lightning bolt on a vehicle, and I don't know how much I like that. I like the Renegade Freighter much better, but I guess the Dragster could possibly get in for some damage if I'm being very aggressive. So maybe? Constant Skygate, 04 Defender with Reach, not terribly impressed, unless you're playing a really slow deck, but this does not look like it's going to be that deck. So not much in the way of artifacts, not much in the way of vehicles. So I really am looking at maybe a 2-color splash deck, and white, blue, and red seem to be really good together. White and black also seem to be good. But because black doesn't have any removal, even though it has all these wonderful creatures with the evaders and the artifact synergy, there isn't a lot of artifacts to synergize with. So I think I'm going to drop black, despite if it's decent creatures. And yeah, I do sort of feel bad about this, but I don't think it's enough in what it has. And then we're left with these 3 colors. Well, that also drops Restoration Gearsmith as well. So we're left with these 3 colors. And it is entirely possible to splash for these 3. All 3 of them certainly having some reason to be splashed for here. I don't like blue that much. I mean, it's got some potential, but a lot of its cards don't really have much in the way of really winning the game, and there's not much removal in it. You'd have to really rely on Aether Trade Winds as tempo or bounce, and with Aether Trade Winds, you have to actually return a permanent you control to your hand. And so, I don't know if there's anything that's good enough to just get back and bounce, and then replay, spending the turn replaying. So, this is not great. I think blue's going to be the splash just for these really good top-end cards, because I don't think there's much in here that really makes you feel like you should go that way. So let's say we go this way. What kind of deck can we build? And what is the main color here? We sort of have a servo theme on this side. So we can make some artifacts. We have removal, a bird. We can make their servos or counters, energy, and I don't know about the rest of these. So let's see what we can do. Alright, red, we definitely want harness lightning and welding sparks. We'll probably consider the wayward giant. These gorges are maybes. It really just depends on if we can keep generating energy. Grubs are pretty good. I like the infiltrators. This is a maybe. I don't like these guys as much because you really need a lot of artifacts to make them worthwhile, and I don't know that I can get enough artifacts. And putting the Fire Forger's puzzle knot, you really need to be able to, you spend a lot of mana to make it do something, so I don't like it enough to keep it, and so all of these are probably not going to make the cut. For white, revoke privileges, removal, impeccable timings, removal, Sky Swirl Harrier, win condition, decent bodies, and 3, Ibex is decent, Mastodon's a maybe, Built to Last is a trick, Impulsive Charge, and then the rest of these are not especially good either. We are putting Cloud Blazer in as a maybe, Virtuoso, Saheeli. These are also decent spells to consider. And in terms of the artifacts, we have the Renegade Freighter, Chief of the Foundry, Oval Chase Dragster as a maybe, the Eager Construct also as a maybe, and I don't know about Torch Gauntlets, but let's take a look at what we have here. How many energy sources do we have? We have Harness Lightning, we have Thriving Grubs, we have Thriving Ibex, and the Whirler Virtuoso. That's four sources of energy, nothing, or in either hub, 5 sources of energy, nothing that's continuous, and so Territorial Gorger, even though it seems nice, it's often just going to be a 4/4/4/4 with Trample that doesn't get to stay a 4/4. So these guys are not especially good. I think I'm going to drop them. Sadly, I would need some consistent way of getting energy for them to be good. So they're out. This leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We're almost there, actually. We don't have a lot of artifacts, so I think the Inventor's Apprentice is out as well. I kind of want to keep the Eco Construct just to make sure that I have enough 2-drops, and it can crew the Renegade Freighter. So, and it scries each of us, so there's some downside to that. But let's see here. The Oval Chase Dragster is kind of like a Lava Axe on a body that costs 4, and you have to have another creature to make it work. I don't think it's quite good enough. I mean, it does get in for some damage, but it's a one-shot. There's no way to replay it, no way to really get value off of it. So I think it's gone. It's possible that I might bring these Torch Gauntlets if the rest of the deck doesn't works out that way. Let's see. I like the fact that I have Welding Sparks, Harness Lightning, Impeccable Timings, Revoke Privileges, even a Built to Last if I need it. Saheeli can double any of these guys, which is nice too, especially the ones that can come in and create some extra value, like the Whirler Virtuosos, the Gloom Sleep Artisans, the Spireside Infiltrator. Well, not the Spireside Infiltrators. In fact, those are probably the weakest of the bunch, because there's only so many things I need to crew. And specifically just the Renegade Freighter. So maybe I cut the Artisans, or the Infiltrators. Should I cut these 3? Where am I standing now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I miscounted. It looks like I'm short 2 cards. And so I think I need to fill it up with something. So I'll put back in the Spireside Infiltrators, I guess. I don't think I like anybody else in these. So, okay, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 spells. So again, it's all kind of low. The curve is a little wonky, but that's just because we open a lot of 3-drops, and that's kind of what we have. So, let's see how many lands that we're going to need for this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, white 10 white mana symbols. We have 1, 2, 3 blue mana symbols. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red mana symbols. So white and red are about even. Blue is a little bit less. There's only 3. And so what we're going to need are probably, and we have an Aether Hub as a kind of fixing. So let's take 3 islands, and that's going to leave us with 13 lands left. 3 islands, 7 plains, 6 mountains. Okay, we got 7 plains, 3 islands, and 6 mountains. So that's 13, 16, 17 lands with this deck. Alright, so that's the deck that I built. What do you think of it? And how would you have done it? Like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you'd like to see more such videos. This was Refresh, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.